Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mings, and I welcome you guys to the first Advanced Wars replay commentary of 2024. Today, I got something very exciting to show you guys. You may remember that I covered the rise of Starflash on this channel a little while ago. He became the second player in Advanced Wars by Web history to reach 1700 MMR. But on the ladder, there was one name that was slowly creeping its way towards the top, and I made an offhand remark that if this guy rises any further, I'm gonna have to check him out, because I know literally nothing about this player. And his name is awbw. awbw? It sounds Finnish or maybe even Swedish. Again, I have no idea who this guy is. But I logged on to Advanced Wars by Web after the new year, and what do I see? Boom! awbw has absolutely eclipsed the scoreboard, rising above 1700 and hitting the all-time highest MMR ever seen on the site at 1738. If this continues, this guy might actually be the first player to hit 1800. Again, I don't know who this guy is or where he came from. Literally all that says on his profile is that he's a former Top Hero Academy player. That's all I know. But whenever a player rises onto the scene like this and they dominate this hard, we definitely should check out their games, because most likely they figured something out that everyone else hasn't. And awbw, from what I see, he mostly plays Fog, but I've seen him play a few live games as well. He played one very recently where he was Flak. So, you know, that's a big thumbs up for me, seeing not only a good player, but a good live player as well, who's willing to meme around a little bit. So today we're going to check out one of awbw's most recent games where he faces Starflash on the Fog ladder. An incredibly terrifying opponent, should need no introduction. You guys know how good Starflash is. You can pretty much take games against anyone. And they're facing each other on the map Tornado Road. This is a pretty old Global League map. It's been around since 2021, I believe. I played a lot of matches on this map. I like it. It's a fun map, actually. It kind of forces two fronts. You got the strong side, weak side component that almost every map has, where green has two bases against red, two bases here. You got very exposed comm towers. There's a lot of opportunity for comm towers to shift hands here. And Recon's incredibly good on Tornado Road because of look at these roads. You build a Recon right here. It's got like a highway all the way over here where you can use it to interrupt caps and whatnot. Lots of good artillery positions as well. You know, artillery in this little forest right here covers a lot of important ground. You got these mountains right here where you can stick infantry for some additional vision. And sometimes the games will devolve into kind of like a mid slugfest. The HQs are very exposed in the middle, but they do have black boats on top of them, which means that you have to blast them down with battlecopters, bombers, or artillery if you want to go for any kind of HQ cap. Normally, Tornado Road doesn't always end an HQ cap, but it can. And you also got these little pipes right here, which does block off reinforcements. Takes a little bit longer to reinforce, so you have to think ahead. It's a very interesting map. You also got airports right here. Airports on your weak side. So once you capture that airport, you will be able to produce 2 units, but of course, your opponent will definitely see it coming and have anti-air ready. So very important to pre-build your anti-air on Tornado Road. Let's take a look at the matchup. I'm not very surprised that we're seeing Jake versus Jess. Starflash loves Jess. He very often picks her. I love that he does. I think she's amazing in Fog. I think she's better than Jake in Fog, but I guess Tornado Road is one of those maps that are pretty good for Jake because there's a lot of plain tiles around. But I really like Jess on this map. So many good plays for recons, artillery, tanks. She's fantastic. Again, battlecopters are okay on Tornado Road. I don't think it's like the best battlecopter map because again, the map is very open. Not a lot of rivers and mountains that the battlecopters can hide behind. So you get an anti-air out, it's pretty much going to be able to cover your entire army. Not a lot of opportunities for cheeky battlecopter plays, but still lots of plain tiles, and Jake does get those planes boosted battlecopters, so they can be pretty nasty. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us jump into this match, and let's take a look at 2 of the best Fog players in the world going head to head. So Starflash in the right, in the green trunks. awbw in the red trunks. Oh wait, did I change Starflash's color? You know what? Starflash always plays Purple Lightning. He needs to play Purple Lightning. I just realized, you know, it's sacrilege to change iconic colors like that. So, both players I think the capture phase of Tornado Road is pretty much figured out. We're going to see most of the same moves from each player. I do need to be careful, though. Last time, Starflash did something wacky, and I didn't point it out because I was so busy talking. So I'm definitely going to be paying more of attention to their openers this time around to see if there's any weird deviation. So Starflash going for the neutral base, capturing this base right here, or the city under the mountain. Not going for the airport, or he could go like this and then back. But he's probably going to use this infantry to capture the airport, so that's probably fine. Recon first out of Starflash. That's what we like to see. Day 4 recon out of Jess. And this recon, of course, it can cruise all the way over here, get this here super quickly, do some interrupts. We love to see it. This is what's so funny about Starflash matches. Elagatua opens up tank on his weak side, so I'm guessing he's predicting that Starflash may be opening recon on his strong side, but Starflash is going recon weak side, so this tank, it will be good, but it won't get to catch the recon. This is already looking very good for Starflash. He's probably going to get at least one interrupt with that recon, I imagine. Recon artillery opener out of Starflash right here. Pretty cool. Elagatua going for the airport. And let's see what Elagatua decides to do right now. He opens recon on his strong side. So tank recon, Starflash goes recon artillery. So let's see if Starflash is able to do something with that artillery. Recon artillery is a tricky opener, but it can work if you manage to bait your opponent into some traps. But it's something you got to be a little careful about. Because you really need to have your positioning in order. But of course, Starflash is pretty good at positioning, so we'll see what he's able to pull off right here. Recon coming out here for Elagatua. He's probably going to scout Starflash's recon as a result, so he'll knows that it's coming. Starflash can still take a pot shot at the infantry, though. Another recon coming out from Elagatua, so 2 recons from Elagatua and 1 recon from Starflash. That's what we like to see. Starflash moving his artillery out. Attacks with this recon, so even if Elagatua has a tank here, it's going to get struck if it strikes the recon, so that's cool. Takes a little bit of a shot at the infantry, reducing its capture viability. Elagatua is moving out with a tank on this side, though, so Starflash is opening up it. Now he's building his... This is the first tank of the match, actually, for Starflash. Tank recon on his strong side. So both players kind of splitting their units out, as you kind of need to do on Tornado Road. You do need to have vehicles on both sides, because you don't know which side your opponent will be focusing on. You just don't. So Elagatua going for his comm tower right now. Starflash will not be able to interrupt that. So this is pretty normal. You get your comm tower on your weak side first, and then as the match kind of transitions, it's not uncommon for it to like ping pong back. So Elagatua moving out. He doesn't take the shot. I think he doesn't see the artillery, but he probably knows it's there. So good game sense from Elagatua right here. He does. A lot of players, I think, would move on to the city and take a shot at the recon, but Elagatua knows. Yeah, there's an artillery trap right there. So again, Fog players, it's all about game sense and instincts. You gotta kind of feel out what your opponent is doing, which makes it a very interesting game mode because it's a lot more instincts based. And I'd like to say Starflash has really good instincts. So, but the artillery is spotted, so now Starflash does have to put it somewhere. You can move it into the forest, but again, now that Elagatua knows it's there, its usefulness is lessened somewhat. In Fog, your recon or your artillery is at its most effective when it gets to jump on your opponent. You know, maybe take a shot at a tank or something. That's the dream. So Starflash moves his recon into the woods, actually, and places his artillery back to guard the comm tower. So look like both players are going to get their comm tower. It's not going to be a problem here. Elagatua comes in with his recon here, takes a shot at the infantry. Captures... Did he just attack before... Oh my goodness. I'm not the only one who does this! I'm not the only one who does this! You have no idea how gratifying it is to see a 1700 MMR player do this. Because this is one of the things that I do the most when I play Advanced Wars. I attack before capping the comm tower. And it drives me nuts. And right here, Elagatua just did the same thing. He didn't capture his comm tower first. That's so funny. That's so funny. I guess we're not so different after all. But he does get a very nice shot on Starflash's tank, where Starflash has another tank. Sorry, every time I do this, the menu pops down because it's like at the top. I really wish there was a way to remove it. I'm going to try not to have it pop up, but I know it's a little bit annoying. But so Alagatua gets a nice shot. Of course, Starflash already has a tank on his base, so he'll get to strike that tank right back. But still, I mean, Alagatua doesn't have a tank chain to follow it up with, so I do believe Starflash is going to come out of this. In fact, I think he can kill the tank. No, actually, no, he can't, because he would need to move this tank down here into the woods. He could move the tank down, attack, kill his tank, and then kill the tank, but that's just kind of sacking a tank for a tank, so I don't really know how useful that is. Alagatua moving out with a artillery of his own, a tank, and a recon following up, and a second artillery. You know, the capping of the comm tower actually does kind of matter a little bit here. Because I think if he captured the comm tower, it would have dealt 6 HP of damage instead of 5, so that would have delayed the cap by another turn, unless he plans to kill it, so we'll see. Starflash moving out with some infantry here, now moving out with this infantry to capture these neutral cities in the mid area of the map, and Starflash actually does do that, and he actually lives with 1 HP on his tank, so it's actually a very good trade for Starflash. He trades a tank for a tank, but he gets to keep his tank at 1 HP, which means he can pull it back for repairs. It's going to take a while for it to come back, but it will come back eventually, which will grant Starflash a slight unit lead advantage. So that's definitely a very good trade. Alagatua going for the caps right here. Tornado Road is a pretty high income map. Alagatua gets the interrupt here thanks to the plains bonus. And he does interrupt Starflash's cap up in the north. So Starflash not going to get that. Artillery comes out. Now Alagatua gets cheeky with his rekis here, as D just would say, and goes in with the recon. Can't interrupt the capture because it's already captured, but going pretty hard here on the south. Starflash does not have a lot here, just a recon and artillery. Most of his forces are up here in the north. He's got 1, 2, 3 tanks and 1 injured tank. So it seems like Starflash will be focusing his attention on his strong side, whereas Alagatua is going to focus his attention on his strong side. So we're going to see a classic strong side brawl from both players right here. Question is, who is going to have the strongest push? That's pretty much what it comes down to. Starflash sensing that there are no tanks in the area. This is a gamble, of course, moving in like this, but he has a tank to follow it up with. And he actually uses his 1 HP tank to kill the infantry, which is cute. So now he's going to get this property. And Alagatua only has an artillery here. Now, I bet he wishes this was a tank, because then he could have struck from the comm tower. So Starflash gambling a little bit. He doesn't know that there isn't a tank hidden in the woods here. But again, Fog is sometimes just about taking gambles. You're just gambling that your opponent doesn't have a unit in the area. Starflash not building a battlecopter. Said this many times before, but you should always build battlecopters as just because they got 10% less firepower doesn't mean they can't be useful. And you still want to force your opponent to build anti-air. So Alagatua uses the recon to snipe the tank, which is nice. Starflash still going to get this property though, so that's pretty nice. I like this recon from Starflash. Sees a lot of what's going on in this area. And Alagatua just, you know, slowly sneaking forward right here, seeing what he can see. Setting up a nice little formation here with the recons, tanks, and the artillery right here. A battlecopter coming out from Alagatua right here. So at this point, we're in day 11 and Starflash has not built a single anti-air. I think on Tornado Road, you might get away with this, but it's scary. Like, if Starflash doesn't build an anti-air on this turn, he's going to struggle. And he actually goes in with the tank into Alagatua's artillery range. So this is not great. Starflash took another gamble that Alagatua would not have anything, but now he's actually going to get both of his tanks killed. So this is actually really bad. And Starflash just scouting out here. Moving in with his battlecopter and his tanks. He's fortifying a really good artillery position right here. Decides to take a free shot with his recon because there's most likely not going to be any tanks in the center. So this is good from Starflash right here. This recon's going to have a field day, eating up free infantry. But Alagatua slowly poking forward here with the recon, seeing what he can see. Goes for the comm tower cap. So I like this cute little boost here from the black boat. You love to see it. And Alagatua is actually now kind of shifting into the middle. He's going to try and combine his forces together and go for a huge mid push, of course. Jake has much better late game prospects than Jess because of he has a better superpower than her in my opinion, but Jess has a much better normal power. So Starflash, he needs to try and win early with a good normal power push. He doesn't really want to let it go to a superpower exchange. But yeah, here you can see, ooh, terrible trade for Starflash right here. This is bad, and he doesn't have any more tanks to follow it up with. So Elagatua is actually going to crush Starflash on his weak side right here. Here comes the Antire out. Starflash still hasn't built Antire, by the way. I think he's going to get shellacked by Battlecopters if he doesn't. And he's kind of moving forward here, but look at the force that Elagatua has in this area right here. This is scary stuff. Starflash, of course, has several cities to take good engagements from. And he has the Battlecopter here to interrupt the Com Tower, thank God. But Elagatua's positioning is looking pretty scary right now. Of course, Starflash will get to pull back both of his tanks for repairs. So he will be able to heal those up. Elagatua didn't kill any of them, but he still did good damage against Starflash. And these tanks are not going to be viable for another few turns. So he has several turns to move forward right here. But Starflash now sensing that Elagatua is focusing the Hammer Strike down here in the bottom, so he's moving a lot of his forces down in preparation for that. He does have his Turbo Charge this turn, so he does have an advantage to pop that if Elagatua gets too cheeky. And it looks like Elagatua gets very cheeky in the north here, goes for the capture, moves in with the Battlecopters and the artillery as well. And he also decides to just go for the tank, take it out of action so it can't repair back up. Sadly, this artillery does not cover the tank. Would have been amazing if he could have put it here. But Elagatua is careful now because he knows that turbocharge it's a threat and he needs to be careful. Moves in the Antire. Still no Antire from Starflash, by the way. Just want to point that out. We're on day 12 and Starflash hasn't built a single Antire yet. There are now 3 Battlecopters on the field. They're building up to a critical mass. Starflash really needs to build Antire yesterday. But Starflash now, he doesn't quite pop his power yet. He's taking a defensive position. Look at that wall around the artillery. That is a solid artillery wall right there. He doesn't want to just let Elagatua get this property though. He already has a small income lead. He doesn't want that to grow even wider, so he has to sack an infantry to delay that capture to get his forces more into position. But Starflash is in a bit of a rough spot here because he's forced to defend here on the weak side while Elagatua is also threatening a massive Hammer Strike down in the south here. So Starflash is kind of spread thin. He can't really commit a lot of forces to defending here in the north because if he does, Elagatua will run him out in the south. So Elagatua is being very clever here, attacking and also threatening an attack at the same time, which means that Starflash needs to make a decision on where to go. And because Starflash still doesn't have a single Antire, oh my god, Starflash, you need to build Antire. The Elagatua has 3 Battlecopters. We're day 30, not a single Antire out of Starflash. This is not good. Oh no. And Elagatua now actually shifting some of his forces up north. Going, you know, Starflash sure seems weak up north. I might just switch my forces up using the Black Bow to boost the infantry. You'll love to see it. And the scary part about this is that if Starflash forces his entire army north, then his Com Tower will fall. And Elagatua's got a stranglehold on this Com Tower, so Starflash ain't getting that back. So brilliant positioning here from Elagatua. He's really, you know, he's kind of forcing Starflash out of a favorable position and now threatening the Com Tower. And if he gets the Com Tower, that's pretty much GG, because that's a 20% firepower bonus that he's going to get, which is just going to tilt the match in his favor so incredibly quickly. Day 14 from Starflash, still not a single Antire out of him. Starflash decides to pop the turbocharge. He's had enough. He's like, no. I will not be bullied like this. And in comes the tank. This is a Starflash push, alright. He goes in with the recon, kills the infantry, kills the recon, interrupts the cap, and gets a very nice shot on the artillery right here. So it's a pretty strong turbocharge. Of course, double Antire. Thank God. I was worried he wasn't going to build more Antire. It's a good attack, but he's going to run headfirst into a block rock after this, and that's gonna hurt. Ooh. Yeah, day 14 rolls in. Elagatua took quite a shellacking, But here comes the block rock. And this 7 HP anti-air, or artillery, it's planes boosted, as is this. It can only shoot on the mountain infantry, but it doesn't really matter. Ooh, look at that. Planes boosted tank, planes boosted artillery. And he uses the 1 HP tank to block the anti-air. You love to see it. This is such a good move. I mean, like, Starflash, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, look at that. He can't reach this 1 HP tank with the anti-air. He has to pull one of his own tanks back to deal with this. This is such a brilliant move. Man, this guy is clever. I like him. What a sneaky little player. And now he's moving in with his artillery as well. His recon is out of fuel. That's always a good sign that the... And again, look at this. He's forcing the battle in the north while also threatening the comm tower. And now he has the artillery in range. I mean, it's incredible. This guy has such solid positioning. And I love the way he's just kind of wrangling Starflash around the map. Day 15 rolls in. Starflash is in a pickle right now. He needs to make something happen. He can't kill the 1 HP. Look, he has to move his anti-air around, which is hilarious. But he recognizes, I think, now that Alaga 2 is a little bit exposed up north. So Starflash is now shifting his forces, and he's actually delivering a very devastating push here, killing a lot of Alaga 2's units. He wish he had his anti-air a little bit sooner. Of course, the problem with this is that he will probably lose his comm tower if this continues. So he needs to push hard, and needs to push fast, and needs to make something happen here. But again, like, he has to commit some forces in the south to defend this, but Starflash is smelling blood now, I think, and he sees that there are some opportunities here. But again, Alaga 2 is relentless, man. He just continues on the assault. For Starflash has 2 tanks here now, so this artillery could go down. Starflash already has his normal power available. But his anti-air is still a little bit out of position, and Alaga 2 knows exactly where they are now, so he knows that he has one more round of battlecopter domination right here, and Starflash can't really do anything. And look again, he's using that 1 HP tank so cleverly. Look at this, look at this. Starflash cannot reinforce here. He needs to pull his tank or battlecopter back. This 1 HP tank is such a troll. I love it. I love it. So again, Alaga 2, he seems to just run circles around Starflash right now. He's really outplaying him. Day 16 rolls in. Starflash is still behind. They're equal in income. Alaga 2 has a big unit count lead, though. But Starflash has had enough. He just goes in with the... I don't know if I like this move. I mean, he knows that there's 3 battlecopters there. I guess he's feeling confident that his 2 anti-air will crush them next turn. Starflash has to keep sacking units. And he pops a mid-turn turbocharge. That means that this anti-air is probably going to reach the... is it going to... Yeah, it's going to reach the battlecopter. Boom. So that's 1 battlecopter down. There's still 3 more, though. And there's a good chance that Alaga 2 takes his anti-air out. Starflash has to build a 3rd anti-air right now. Ooh, this is a desperation attack, I think. But he does get the anti-air down in the south, which is good. His comm tower is safe for the time being. So, good job from Starflash here. Pretty... I said it was a desperation push, but down in the south, it was definitely really nice. I have a feeling it's going to get shellacked in the north, though. Oh, look at this forward artillery right here. Oh my goodness. Only Starflash, ladies and gentlemen. Only Starflash would pull off such a brazen move. Day 16 rolls in. Alaga 2 comes in with this recon right here. Another recon. I like how both players are consistently building recons throughout the entire match. Now he spots Starflash's artillery. I don't think he knew that was there. I think that surprised him. I don't think he would have gone in with the anti-air if he knew that there was an artillery there. So I think he was like, what? What? There's an artillery all the way over here? But of course, it doesn't really matter much because it's going to die next turn. And again, he just keeps going back to that comm tower. It's more of a distraction now than anything else, but it forces Starflash to continuously divert forces down south when he really wants to be pushing in the north. And again, Starflash needs to watch his anti-air right now because they are taking a pounding, and there's so many battlecopters here. I'm expecting a Oh, Neo tank coming out from Alaga 2. I love it. Starflash has no medium tanks or anything in this area, so this Neo tank is going to decimate. And because of Starflash's... I mean, he can definitely build a Neo tank 2 infantry this turn. I think he might do that. He might recognize that a Neo tank is coming out very soon. But Starflash now... There's battle taking place on 3 fronts here, in the north, in the center, and in the south. This is a wild match. Absolutely wild game. Starflash goes for the anti-air because he knows that his battlecopter is coming in. Elago 2 has a second anti-air here, though. Another mid-turn turbocharge from Starflash. Another mid-turn turbocharge. He could have popped his super, but he chose not to. He wants to save it a little bit. But he's trying to push in all directions right now, and I do think he may be spreading himself a little bit too thin. Day 17, Elago 2's turn. Starflash has a big lead right now after that push, but let's see what happens. He has his block rock, he pops it. Any good artillery shots? Not really. Starflash took out all of his artillery, so there's not really any artillery left. But he does get the battlecopter, which is nice. He's probably going to use the black boat to repair his infantry. Starflash's artillery is dead. But right now, when I look at both these players, I'm not seeing a clear winner. It's actually a pretty even fight. I'd say Elago 2 probably has a slight advantage, but Starflash is doing a very good job fighting himself back in this. But what Elago 2 does have is a major tech advantage because this Neo tank is coming in right now, and it's going to decimate. If Starflash needs a Neo tank of his own right now, we're on day 18. He should expect that the Neo tank is coming out. Tank comes in. And, I do think Starflash is going to get pummeled on the side if he's not careful. He doesn't know that the Neo tank is here. He's scouting ahead, but Elago 2 very cleverly places his Neo tank exactly on the edge of Starflash's range. So Starflash doesn't scout it out. If he had a single recon a little bit further right, he would have seen it. But, yeah, this is starting to look pretty grim for Starflash, I'd say. Again, no Neo tanks coming out from him. Day 18 rolls in. Elago 2 is now going to reveal his Neo tank. In comes the infantry. Tanks takes a shot. And I'm pretty sure he's going to move his Neo tank in. There we go. Boom. Starflash now sees the Neo tank. Ooh. That Neo tank pretty much spells doom for Starflash. He has absolutely no response to it. If he had an airport up in the north, he could have built a bomber to counter it. But there's no way. The only way Starflash can deal with this right now is to build a Neo of his own. And will he repair anything next turn? No, he will not. So he definitely will have the money for it. And he still has a chance. I mean, he could pull back and build a Neo tank here and get ready, but man, Elago 2 is threatening a lot of properties right now. 2 properties being captured by Starflash. Again, Starflash has done a good job defending in the south, and he brings in his recons to interrupt, but he's gonna keep attacking despite the Neo tank. He realizes that if he pulls back here, he's going to lose too many cities, so definitely the right play here. But if he doesn't build a Neo tank this turn, he's going to be in trouble, and he does build a Neo tank. Elago 2, though, he does get a property out of this, so it's 24-22. A small lead, but a significant one. But this Neo tank, man, it's just going to continue bleeding Starflash dry until Starflash finds some kind of response to it. It has killed 2 vehicles already, and every turn that passes, this Neo tank will eat up another vehicle. And Starflash will not be able to deal with it for at least 2 more turns. And if it sticks on the city, it's going to be very hard for Starflash to dislodge that. But Starflash does have his normal power now, so let's see what he decides to do. Day 20 rolls in. 29 to 16 units. Yeah, this is probably resigned territory for Starflash here. If I know Starflash well, I think he's just killing some units out of spite right now. Maybe to make the KD look a little bit better when people look at the replay. I think he realizes that the game is lost. Elago 2 has simply outplayed him. But let's see. Transport copter, that's an interesting one. But I mean, just because it's a fog game, so there's definitely room for comebacks here, but it would have to be a damn good comeback out of Starflash, I think, in order to actually salvage his position. Elago 2 now capturing another one of his cities. Once again, pressuring that com tower. Whenever Starflash leaves the com tower, Elago 2 comes trickling in with some forces to take it, and forcing Starflash to split his attention when he really wants to just deliver a focused attack. But yeah, that transport copter is an interesting decision. I don't really think it's going to do much. But here comes another turbocharge out of Starflash. I think he can set it up in such a way that he gets to strike Elago 2's Neo tank. He tries to do a lock roll on the recon. I'm not really sure what he thought that would accomplish. Oh, okay. He's still going to get the shot on the Neo. And this is good. 3-9. This is a pretty good engagement for Starflash. I don't think it's quite enough to get him back into the game, but it's definitely a good push. But I do believe that the next block rock is going to be pretty devastating, and here it comes. Brrrambabam. Once again, Alagatua, the moment Starflash lets up in the south, he's now threatening the comm tower, and I don't actually think there's anything Starflash can do to interrupt this now. So in one turn, Alagatua is going to get the comm tower and that 20% advantage. You know, it's not just 10% more damage for you, it's also 10% less damage for your enemies. It's almost like getting 10% extra defense. It's not quite as good as 10% extra defense, but it's somewhat similar. So Alagatua does pull back his Neo Tank. He recognizes that Starflash has most of his units, but he also realizes that he's in a winning position, and if he just plays it safe and not overextends, builds another Neo. So again, he's going to be able to do just fine. But yeah, Starflash keeps hammering at him. I think this is kind of just like his last push just to see if he can make something happen here. But on the next turn, Alagatua, yeah, and Starflash recognizes he's going to lose his comm tower, and that is pretty much GG. So that was a fun match. It's not every day you see Starflash get outplayed like this. I don't know anything about Alagatua. I've never spoken to him, never seen any of his matches before, but he's damn good. And it's very exciting to see the rise of a new star over on the site. So, Alagatua, if you're somehow watching this, I wish you luck in your climb. I'll be excited to see what happens next. Maybe he becomes the first player to reach 1800 MMR. That's an insane climb, but it looks like he's getting there. So, we'll definitely be keeping an eye on this person, and looking forward to see more of his matches in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed this replay commentary, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz, and hoping that this is the first of many more replay commentaries in 2024. Bye-bye.